Megan Hicks of I Run Far. I'm with Katarina Hartmuth. It's a couple days before the 2024 Hard Rock 100 Endurance Run. Good morning, Katarina. How are you?
Hi, thank you. I'm good.
It's really nice to see you in my neck of the woods. This is where I live.
Yes, and it's beautiful. I love it here.
You have been here for a couple weeks. What are your impressions of Western Colorado?
I love it. I mean, I have to admit that first I was like, it's a bit similar than Switzerland, but then the longer I'm here, I'm like, no, it's different. It's definitely different, and yeah, I really like it. It's beautiful.
What are some things that you have seen that are like, you have really loved them, or you have found them to be very unique compared to the mountains you typically run in?
So what I definitely love is the remoteness. Being up there and, you know, not being able to phone or to call someone, just be out there in the, it feels more like wilderness, or like at least a bit more than in Switzerland, where you have all the cable cars and, you know, buses driving everywhere. So that's definitely unique. And then the mountains itself, I mean, the colors up there, it's so beautiful, the reddish colors, but then also the other mountains who are just look like in Switzerland, and it's just this mix, I think. And then also the wildlife. I mean, I haven't seen a bear, luckily.
Maybe during the race?
Hopefully not.
From afar, like a good distance.
Yeah, but seeing some moose, that was already quite nice, because we don't have them in Switzerland.
Yeah.
And yeah, the different trees, and yeah, it's really cool.
Awesome. For me, it's really fun to get to have people come from different places and see this place through your eyes and hear about your experiences. You come to this race as a women's favorite. You had an incredible year in 2023. You took second at the Trail World Championships long race, second again at UTMB. However, you have had some challenges since then. Would you like to talk a little bit about the physical challenges of the last 6 or 8 months?
Yeah, so, well, the lead up to the season was challenging, to say the least. I had a couple of bike accidents, unfortunately, in autumn and winter, and I injured my knee twice in these accidents.
The same leg?
The same leg, unfortunately. That was not helpful.
I don't know, maybe like just one leg injured instead of two? I don't know.
Yeah, the problem was it was then, the second time it was just, it didn't heal that well.
Okay.
That was the main problem after the first injury. And yeah, so it took me some while until I could, train properly again. I couldn't run basically until April, which is quite late for me.
Yeah.
And I had to cancel my first race, which would have been on Madeira.
Okay.
But then I could train well, luckily. That was quite nice in April.
And you did two races, I believe. Transvolcania in May, and then Trail Andorra 100K in June. Is that right?
Exactly. So yeah, the Transvolcania was like a test race just to see if the knee holds up. And I mean, you know, I'm not good at the shorter distances, so it was just...
I love when 40 or 50 miles is a shorter distance, but hey.
I mean, you know, the good thing was that after these 9 hours, I was like, okay, now I feel good. And now I could continue.
Warmed up.
Exactly. So I knew, okay, I'm back in some sense.
Okay.
So I was just happy to be there and happy to be running a race again. And then Andorra, that was really the test if the shape is back there, where I wanted to be. And I really enjoyed the Andorra race. That went quite well for me. And I could push basically the whole race. That was pretty cool. And then I was very optimistic with the lead up to Hard Rock. And I spent a couple of days in Switzerland at Swiss altitude, which is like 3,000 feet less than here.
It's progress towards here.
Exactly. But I thought it's better than staying at 400 meters where I usually live.
Yeah.
And unfortunately on one of my last training runs, I had a nasty fall onto my back. Because the trail was there was so much snow on the trail, so I had to kind of climb around. And I was in this rock field, and I can't really remember what happened. I was just laying down.
You fell, hit your back, and had like some sort of impact injury. You said off camera, I think, to your sacrum.
Yes, so I bruised my sacrum, and I didn't feel that bad in the first moment, so I could continue my run
Okay.
on that day. So
You
I was
were in
like,
shock probably.
yeah. I thought, well, it doesn't feel too bad, and especially the downhill, it was not bad, which is for me usually a good sign.
Okay.
So I continued, and I was like, oh, I was lucky.
Yeah.
But then, unfortunately, the next day when I went home, I felt the back, and because actually my first thought was that I've broken my arm because my arm hurt so much more.
Oh, interesting.
And then the next day, unfortunately, it was not the arm because, with a broken arm, you could probably still run.
Yeah.
And then they did a scan just 2 days before my flight to Denver was scheduled, and they told me, just go and see how it goes. It's like a 50-50 chance.
And there were a couple weeks till the race at that point, so
Yeah.
some time to rest. And...
Yeah, so the crash was like it was exactly 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Wow. And so here we are. It is Tuesday before the race now. The race starts in a little under 3 days. You're at a point now where hiking feels without pain, but running still has some pain, or is that... What's the best descriptor of your situation?
Well, I just didn't really run in the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
It was all about resting, and I mean, the good thing is I know the shape is there because I had it 3 weeks ago, so I hope it's still somewhere.
Oh, it's still there, yeah.
And the main thing was just to come here and adapt to altitude, and I think I'm quite happy with my adaptation. I felt it when we went up to the passes that it improved so much from the first day.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that know that progress is happening.
Yes, and then with the hiking, I did a couple of hikes, and like the last 2 days, I felt really good with the hiking, really confident, and also I felt that the legs, are still there.
Yeah.
It was good, and also the lungs are there and working, and that was really good. But we decided with the physio to just try not to run basically at all, just to increase the chances that it works out in the end, and just to give the bruise some more rest. And I really feel that a lot of things have improved. So a lot of the pain I had in everyday life have subsided. So basically pain-free, but now the question is if I will be pain-free when running for a longer time. Yeah.
For a day and a little bit of change.
Yes. I mean, I think we hike for most of the time, but there are still some running sections, and I'm really not here to hike them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your plan will be to start the race, go out at the pace that you would like to do the race at, and feel out the sacrum and see how it is.
Yes, so I will see. I mean, I will do some running in the next couple of days just to see how that feels. I mean, in the worst case, if that doesn't feel good, then I should maybe consider not to start at all. But I really don't hope that this is the case now that I feel so much better. The goal would be to the start line and hope that the sacrum holds up for as long as possible. And I would love to finish the race. I mean, now I'm here and I've experienced everything around the race, the community, the nature. I really want to run it now.
It's so fascinating to me. There seems to be just a higher incidence of spontaneous injury type stuff amongst the hard rock field this year. You are not, amongst the front runners, you are certainly not alone in people who are trying to navigate issues to get to the starting line.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is helpful, but at least it's good to see that others struggle as well. Although I would have hoped for them that they would not. I still hope that we will have a cool race, and I think there are still some runners who are not injured or don't have problems. So let's see what happens there. But I just hope for everyone who can start that they can also finish.
Katarina, I feel like I sort of need to wrap you and a lot of other people in bubble wrap and keep you safe for the rest of this week.
That would be great. Yeah. Or give me some magic pill.
That's right. Best of luck to you in arriving to the start line just as healthy as you can be. And may the gods of karma and Mother Nature and all those things take care of you on race day.
Thank you very much.